Welcome back to Tran Wins Dragon Quest 11. I've been really busy this week. I haven't recorded or edited anything. So now I've got to record footage for April 16th and April 18th. Sail, World Walker. What news of my brother? I see. He was shipwrecked and washed up on this island, but instead of seeking help, he has spent his time fishing for urchins for Queen Frysabel. Ha ha ha! That is my brother, alright. He would not let a little thing like a shipwreck get him down. I was a fool to worry about him. Thank you for your help, World Walker. You have put my heart at ease. Then we'll go ahead and go over to Arboria.
Who would have thought a place like this would be hidden away at the top of that mountain trail? It's breathtaking.
Oh, stop it, you. You're making me blush. Although, I suppose the old hometown is pretty amazing.
Wait, you mean this is...
It is indeed. Welcome to Arboria, home of the Keepers. The ones who watch over the world from beneath Yggdrasil's branches, and of Veronica and I.
I always thought it was a little bit, well, dull. But it's good to be back.
The altar in the vision we saw appeared to be in the highest part of the first forest, which lies just beyond the village. But we should stop off in Arboria before we head up there. Everyone will be ever so pleased when they find out the luminary has come to visit.
Arboria. The ongoing search for the Orbs brings our heroes to Sniflheim, where they find the city frozen solid from towers to townsfolk. They solve the situation by defeating the wicked witch Krystalinda, who had been disguising herself as the kingdom's queen, Frysabel. Upon gathering in the throne room, the party realize that the wily witch has deceived them yet again. With the scholar Snorri's help, they discover that the real queen is still trapped in a cursed grimoire, and let her out immediately. Krystalinda repents, and with the situation resolved and Sniflheim safe, the queen thanks Tran and presents him with the Blue Orb. And with that, all the orbs are finally in our heroes' hands. Now all that remains is to cross the Snærfelt, find the first forest, and journey on from there to Yggdrasil.
To talk to you about.
Arboria is just as quiet as ever. Nothing ever happens here, but I suppose that's not necessarily a bad thing. Come on, Tran, let's go and say hello to everyone. They'll get the shock of their lives when they find out you're the luminary.
I wasn't going to mention it, but...
Veronica and I were born and raised here. We spent so many nights dreaming of the day we would finally meet you, Tran. I really can't believe you're here with us now. I don't know what to say.
Listen.
Everything about Arboria seems so spiritual and serene. Especially that figure carved into the mountain, smiling down on the village. I wonder who it's supposed to be.
Now then, laddie.
This place seems so pure. It's a wonder they let a fellow like me through the gates. Well, now we're here. Why don't we have a wee nosy round town?
Darling.
So this is Arboria. It doesn't seem the most fun-loving place I've ever seen. Where's the music, the life, the action? Don't these people ever get bored of drinking tea and praying?
How's it going?
Looks like the first force is still a ways away. What do you say we take it easy for a while before we head off? Veronica and Serena haven't been back home for a while, after all. They've got some catching up to do.
O great and glorious Yggdrasil, whose holy heart is the source of all life, and to whom all life returns, we thank you for this gift. The withered leaves fall from your branches, and fresh buds spring forth in their place. One life ends, and another begins. O mighty Mother Yggdrasil, we pray that you will bless this new bud, this child of Arboria. May he grow into a leaf worthy of your benevolent boughs. Well, well, our beloved twins return. And how long have you two been loitering there, pray?
Good day, Holy Father. It's ever so nice to see you again. And everybody else, of course. Everyone seems well.
As do you, my dear. But, Veronica, were you not taller when last we met?
Well, it's a long story. Anyway, that's not important right now. What is important is that we did what you told us to. We found the luminary.
The luminary. Can it really be?
Ah, what a blessed day this is! Not only do we welcome a new life into the village, but the luminary also. I am Benedictus, High Priest of Arboria, and I have waited my whole life for this moment.
Holy Father, on our travels we learned of a grave threat to this world. A being of pure evil who plots to throw all Erdria into turmoil.
I see. So this Mordigan has corrupted the minds of Heliodor's best and boldest, and is using his evil influence to turn the world against our friend here.
Yes, but we think we may know how to defeat him. We have to go to the World Tree. A great power awaits us there.
There's an altar somewhere in the first forest. We think we can use the orbs to get up to Yggdrasil.
It is just as I dreamed it all those months ago. I saw you, my dears. You were climbing toward the Tree of Life, the luminary beside you. It was this vision that caused me to send you on your quest to seek him out. A vision surely granted unto me by mighty Yggdrasil herself. All is now clear. You were climbing toward the great altar of the first forest. And indeed, this is where you must go. The path to the forest lies beyond the cathedral, as of course you know. I will await you there. When you have all 6 sacred orbs in your possession, come to me, and I will show you the way.
So if I didn't have them all, he'd just be standing there day and night waiting for me. On their quest to seek out the 6 enchanted orbs that will open the path to Yggdrasil, the party arrive in Arboria. There, High Priest Benedictus welcomes them, and asks them to join him in the cathedral when they have all 6 orbs at last.
There's something I want to talk to you about.
Serena and I are the scions of Serenica. At least that's what Father Benedictus told everyone when we were born. He also saw that we had an incredible proficiency for magic, and had us studying the secrets of spellcasting from our very first day in school. Serenica's magical ability may have been divided between us, but with our powers combined, we're just as tough as the Sage of Legend herself. That's why Father Benedictus told me, when we set off to find you, that I mustn't go running off on my own like I usually do. So long as Serena and I are together, we're unstoppable.
I wasn't going to mention it, but...
Whenever a baby is born in the village, we offer our thanks to Almighty Yggdrasil and ask for her to watch over the newborn. I've seen lots of baptisms over the years, but they're always very special moments. You're only young once, after all, except in Veronica's case. Weren't they just lovely? You know, that couple in the square with the newborn baby? They reminded me of King Erwin and Queen Eleanor. And you. I don't want any happy families to be torn apart again, Tran. We have to defeat Mordigan.
Now then, laddie.
The first forest is just through the cathedral, and then it's onwards and upwards to the World Tree. We've been on the road a fair wee while, but our journey's nearly at an end. Well, the first part at least. Once you're kitted out with whatever power all Yggdrasil has to offer ye, the fun can really begin. Mordegon's clock is well and truly ticking.
Perhaps.
So this is Arboria. We've just got to head out the back of the cathedral and we'll finally be face to face with the World Tree. Get ready to be amazed, Tran. We're in for one heck of a view. Welcome, child, to Arboria, the home of the Keepers. We have waited many years for your coming. If you should wish to learn more of the Age of Heroes and the Luminary of Legend, we have many books that relate these ancient tales in detail. You may read them at your leisure. Ah, Luminary. I hear that you came here to visit the Tree of Life herself. Is that so? Then you must needs journey through the First Forest. It is a sacred wood that lies beyond the village. From the peak of the hill at its center, Yggdrasil is so close that one can almost touch her roots. Woof, arf, arf, ow! Hurrah, the Luminary's here! I'm so happy to meet you! You're amazing! Looking into your face is like staring into the sun. I'm blinded by your heroism. As with people, so with plants. It is all in the upbringing. If one gives even the tiniest, frailest seedling enough love and attention, it will one day grow into a mighty oak. I see a great strength in you, Luminary. You may have lost your kingdom and your home, but you should be grateful to those who raised you. It is evident that they cared for you very much. When I heard all those years ago that the Luminary had been slain by the monsters who destroyed Yggdrasil, I feared that all was lost. Every false sighting, every baseless rumor of your survival was like a dagger thrust into my heart. But now you stand before me, alive and well. Prithee, tell me I am not dreaming. You're not dreaming, old man. I'm here to save the world. There was once a famous sage who lived in this village. She taught us how to use magic, and would sing songs of love and longing as she strummed her harp. Whether it's told by her or about her, almost every one of our legends relates to that sage in one way or another. When I grow up, I want to be just like Veronica. That's why I'm studying magic, so I can sling fireballs just like she showed me. There's a book called The Architect of the Ancients. Many have heard the legends of Arboria's great statue of the sage having been built long ago by the itinerant architect who spent the better part of his life on this one single masterpiece. What is less well known is that this statue was created as a counterpart to another, that of the Luminary, which stands in ancient Yggdrasil. Indeed, it would seem that the fates of these two great statues were as wedded to one another as those of their subjects. So, dear reader, should your travels ever take you to Yggdrasil, be sure to pay your respects to mighty Erdrin. Who knows what benefits the blessings of both these great monuments might bring. It is every keeper's duty to defend the village in times of crisis. But all that huffing and puffing and swinging swords around is a terrible bore. This is why I am studying healing magic instead. If monsters should attack, I will simply stand at the back and cast a few spells. Then, when the dust settles, I will be alive and well to bask in the adulation. It is a shame I do not have Serena's talent, that I would not even have to study very hard to achieve my noble aim. I am so very jealous. Father Benedictus is blessed with the most wondrous gift. When events of great importance are afoot, the World Tree will grant him a premonition. The visions come to him in his sleep. Indeed, only a few nights before your birth, the Holy Father woke the entire village to announce that the Luminary was to be born anew. And he has asked me to tell you that you're welcome to come and go freely from his home as you please. Oh, so you're the Luminary, are you not? You do not look much like a legendary hero to me. In fact, you look more like a heroine. Just look at that hair. It is even silkier and straighter than mine. Almost annoyingly so. Memoirs of a Treasure Hunter, Volume 5. This is the journal pseudonym Treasure Hunter Extraordinaire. As it turns out, the young man I found collapsed on the way to Sniflheim was the son of this village's high priest. The lad's father was overjoyed to see him alive and well, and as a reward, he offered myself and the desert doctor a choice between two great treasures. I could scarce believe my eyes when I saw the first. A beautiful branch that glowed with all the colors in the world. The rainbow. The very thing I'd spent all this time looking for. The other treasure was a small stone that glowed with a curious blue light. The high priest told us it was a magical artifact that would open the door of departure, a portal leading to a whole new adventure. I'm sure I needn't tell you that I reached for the rainbow in an instant, but at the last moment something stayed my hand. I thought back over all that I experienced on my travels, and I realized that it wasn't the rainbow I'd been looking for all this time. It was the joy of the journey itself. So I took the little blue stone and popped it safely in the pocket of my old worn coat. The doctor naturally took the rainbow. And so it was that my quest came to an end, but it was by no means the end of my adventures. Perhaps in the course of my continuing travels we might meet, dear reader. Just in case we do, let me tell you my name. I'm Chalky, the world's greatest adventurer. That's not it, is it? No, this keystone, there it is. The sight of it fills him with memories of his beloved grandfather Chalky. This path leads to the top of the mountain. It is a sacred place where none may set foot without the Holy Father's permission. Forgive me, but I must ask that you turn back. I have seen many a baptism in my day, but the pleasure of welcoming another child into our midst never lessens. And how much greater the pleasure when it is accompanied by your coming, Luminary, another gift sent to us by Almighty Yggdrasil. Father Benedictus and I are the same age, you know. I have lost count of the number of baptisms I have seen him perform. The ceremony welcomes a child into the fold, marking them out as a beloved son or daughter of Arboria, and all of them I love as though they were my own. Oh ho ho, you're not feeling under the weather, I trust. You must take care of yourself, my boy. There can be no greater pleasure in life than to tend to one's own health. Indeed, you seem to be in the fine fettle. If you should ever plan to pop to the first forest, pray speak with me before you go. I might know of a way to make that fettle of yours even finer. Before Veronica and Serena were born, it was prophesied that Alma's child would be the reincarnation of the Holy Sage. Imagine our surprise when she gave birth to twins. It seems they still inherited Serenica's soul. It was simply divided between them. Father Benedictus knew this as soon as he saw them. That is why he sent them to search for the Luminary. As the scions of Serenica, he knew that they would surely recognize him on sight. Oh ho, the day has finally come. The Luminary stands on the threshold of my humble inn. Step inside, I prithee. If you and your friends were to stay the night, this establishment will surely go down in legend. I shall rename it the Hostelry of Heroes. They'll be celebrated for generations to come. Why, if it isn't the Luminary, it'll be an honor to have you stay at our humble establishment. Well then, to business. I must admit, I am a little nervous about being entrusted with the Luminary's life savings, but if you so desire, I shall guard your gold as if it were my own. My wife and I have been happily married for many years. Alas, Yggdrasil did not bless us with a child. I'd almost given up hope that I would ever be a father. But at long last, the World Tree has answered my prayers and delivered unto us a beautiful baby boy. I'm so very happy. To think that the Luminary himself should be present at my son's baptism. Truly, the World Tree must have great things in store for this boy. The great figure carved into the mountain above us represents the Holy Sage who fought the Dark One alongside the Luminary of Legend. Maybe not but a figment of my imagination, but she seems to be smiling today. I can't tilt the camera any higher than this. We of Arboria worship Almighty Yggdrasil. Oft have I prayed that she would watch over you, Chosen One, and now at last we may pray together. When you lift up your eyes to the night sky and gaze upon the constellations glinting above you, have you perchance spied a solitary star shining with a rich red light? Yeah? This star is known as Erdwin's Lantern, for it symbolizes our savior, the Luminary of Legend. We keepers have prayed to it since time immemorial. No. Then you must seek it out when next the heavens darken. The star I speak of is none other than Erdman's lantern, the flame-red beacon we keepers have prayed to since time immemorial. The sigil on your hand is known in the legends as the Mark of Light. It is said to symbolize the bond between the luminary and the world tree. If you were to visit her holy heart and offer up the mark, I do not doubt that mighty Yggdrasil would make her will known to you. This is the house that your Veronica and Serena grew up in. Their honored parents, Fidelis and Alma, still live here. I am sure they will be overjoyed to learn that their daughter succeeded in finding the luminary. So you were the luminary. You are younger than I expected. But forgive me, I've not introduced myself. I am Alma, Veronica and Serena's mother. The responsibilities of your role no doubt weigh heavily upon your shoulders. I trust that my daughters will do all they can to lighten that burden. Ah, luminary, welcome to Arboria. I am Fidelis, proud father of Veronica and Serena. I always knew that my little angels would find you. I only hope that they have not been causing you too much trouble. Keepers Dreamers. Not more than once every few hundred years or thereabouts, a child is born in Arboria to whom the gift of foresight is granted. A foresight found in dreams. At night, visions come to the recipient of this gift. Visions that tell of the future. Over the centuries, these visions have saved countless souls from misfortune. However, scant little is known of the origins of this sacred power. One tantalizing theory posited by the scholars of old is that the gift was received from the ancient inhabitants of the land, whereupon the village stands, inhabitants who disappeared into the very skies. The birth of Arboria. Long, long ago, when the Dark One first terrorized the lands of Ardrea, a hero came forth and, with the aid of his companions, set out on a quest to end the tyranny of evil. That hero was the Luminary. As time went on, a great many followers flocked to his cause. Those followers congregated here, and thus the village of Arboria was born. When the Luminary's work was done at last, the village remained, standing as an eternal testament to the gratitude of the people of the world for his great sacrifice. And in time, the Arborians came to be known by another name, that of the Keepers. This title speaks to their solemn determination to see the Luminary's story preserved and passed on to the generations to come. And what is that? Whoops, that's not what I meant to hit. What's up with it? Oh, a second one of these, huh? Okay. I'm not equipped with the school uniform just for the cutscenes, and then once I go back into the game adventuring world, I'll equip the school uniform again for the drops. This path leads to a small copse. There is little there save an abiding aura of serenity, but this is no bad thing. When we were children, Veronica, Serena, and I would often go there to play. Ah, such happy memories. I was very sorry to hear of what happened to Dungerso and Cobblestone. You have my deepest condolences. If you should find yourself without a home to return to when your adventure is over, you must come and live in Arboria. We would be thrilled to have the Luminary living among us. The Luminary himself! What an unexpected honor! Can I interest you in any of my wares? Let us see now. Oh, what'd she say? Oh, the fine item on the board, okay. Splendid! You have all 6 orbs in your possession.
Well, honored luminary, shall we proceed?
These pictures, they're incredible.
They tell a tale as old as Arboria itself. The tale of the luminary, a child chosen by mighty Yggdrasil, one sent to save us from disaster. Our friend here is not the first to be known by that name. No, the first was born long, long ago in the Age of Heroes. At that time, the world of Erdrea was beset by a being of purest darkness. A being who sought to steal the very source of life itself, the heart of Yggdrasil. And so, the World Tree marked out one among her children for greatness. Erdwin, the luminary of legend. He went forth to do battle with the Dark One. But he did not go alone. A band of heroes accompanied him. Among them, a mighty sage named Serenica. Veronica, Serena, your friend here is the luminary reborn. And together, you are the reincarnation of his companion. As for Mordekan, I suspect that it is his darkness that your friend, the latest in the line of luminaries, was born to banish.
None of this is exactly a surprise to us. I don't know why everybody gasped.
You must defeat him. The fate of our world depends upon it. Good luck.
On their quest to seek out the 6 enchanted orbs that open the path to Yggdrasil, the party arrive in Arboria. There, High Priest Benedictus welcomes them and tells them a tale of the Luminary, the World Tree, and the events of ancient times. He explains that Yggdrasil is the root of all life in Erdrea, and that she chooses to bring forth a Luminary whensoever her realm approaches a time of great peril or disaster. As the Luminary, Tran's destiny is to confront Mordekan and defeat him, and in so doing, save the world from calamity. Lastly, he learns of Erdwin, Luminary of Legend, before setting off for the First Forest, where the World Tree and the power to defeat the darkness await. Finally! Father Benedictus has finished giving us his life story, and it's time to head over to Yggdrasil. We just have to pop through the back doors of the cathedral, and we'll be in the First Forest in no time. Come on, let's go and find that altar and offer up those orbs.
I wasn't going to mention it, but...
The First Forest that spreads out beneath Yggdrasil is a very sacred place. It's been many years since anyone was allowed to set foot inside it. I can't believe we'll be walking on that hallowed ground before long. Dear me, my heart's beating like anything. We're so close. Just one step further and we'll have the power to defeat the darkness, the power of Yggdrasil. We're coming for you, Mordekan. You'll pay for what you did that night. Erdwin, the Luminary of Legend. I knew the name, but I'd never seen his picture till now. Well, they don't call these people the Keepers for nothing. They're still holding on to the old stories, even after a millennium or more has been and gone.
Darling.
Whenever Erdrea is teeter-tottering on the brink of disaster, the World Tree selects a certain somebody to save the day. That's pretty much what Father Benedictus said, right? How does it feel to be Iggy's special guy, Tran? She's singled you out for greatness when you're still in your mummy's tummy. So you're the reincarnation of Erdwin, the Luminary of Legend. Veronica and Serena are the reincarnations of the Holy Sage Serenica. I hope Erdwin had a good-looking thief in his posse too, otherwise I'm going to start feeling like a real spare wheel here. To make your way one step closer to Yggdrasil, go through these doors and follow the mountain trail to the First Forest. The altar you seek is at the very highest point of that holy grove. The forest overflows with life, but not all is friendly. You would do well to stop by the armory before you make your ascent. Pray speak with my fellow Arborians too. Their knowledge of the local flora and fauna may aid you in your preparations. Go forth, my child, and may you find that which might aid you in the fight to save our world. I wish you the very best of luck. The Fall, almighty Yggdrasil, whose holy heart is the source of all life, was laid low by the Dark One. The Nascence, the birth of Erdwin, Luminary of Legend, marked the beginning of the Age of Heroes. The Reckoning. Erdwin and his faithful companions ventured forth to face the Dark One in mortal combat! No. The Ascension. After triumphing over the Dark One and restoring peace to Ardrea, the Luminary ascended to the heavens to watch over us forevermore. Ho ho ho! But the path to true fitness is an arduous one indeed. One must sacrifice one's heart and soul upon the altar of wellness. I have devoted my entire life to the pursuit of true salubrity, and after years of painstaking research, I have finally found the secret. I call it Super Soup. Or at least I will when it is completed at last. Young man, will you lend me your aid in concocting this miraculous broth? The old man wants you to help him make something called Super Soup. Ho ho ho, I knew that you would say yes. Now what I need you to do is head deep into the first forest and bring me back a single leaf of the most vital ingredient of all, red kale. The first forest is a sacred place into which none may set foot without the High Priest's permission. But you are the Luminary. How could he possibly refuse you? Remember, my boy, a single leaf of red kale is all that I require. May the spirits of salubriousness go with you, my fellow fitness fanatic. Fit as a fiddle. Soon I will complete it at last. I'm rather poorly. The doctor said that he doesn't know how to make me better, but I think I might know a way. My grandfather once told me about a magical flower called a wisteria. He said that when they bloom, they grant a single wish. But their seeds are very difficult to get a hold of. The only way to obtain them is to track down a very rare monster called a white wolf and defeat it in battle. You and your friends look very strong. Could you defeat one for me and bring me back some wisteria seeds? It might be my only hope. The girl wants you to beat a white wolf and bring back any wisteria seeds it drops. Apparently they can grant all kinds of wishes. How about bringing my family back? Oh, thank you. If I could just get my hands on some of those seeds, I'll be able to wish for them to make me well again when the flowers finally bloom. The white bulbs that carry them live in the first forest, but they only appear very rarely. You should try fighting their friends, the sprite bulbs. Fight a sprite and a white might bite. That's what my grandfather always told me. It won't be easy to find, but I'm counting on you. After all, you're my only hope. Please bring me back the seeds I need to make me better. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop for now. I'm having a lot of trouble staying awake. I have not been sleeping well this past week. The Arborian Highlands.
I wasn't going to
You good?
Well, here we are, within touching distance of the World Tree at last. Our whole adventure so far has been leading up to this. There's a heart somewhere inside there that's the source of all life, right? I can't even imagine what something like that might look like. Guess we'll know it when we see it, huh? Veronica and Serena's parents must be so happy to see them again. I wonder what my father's doing right now. Spreading lies and persecuting the innocent, no doubt. We have to defeat Mordegon, Tran. It's the only way to make him see the truth.
Listen up, laddie.
Darling.
Wow, you guys are messed up looking.
Veronica wins again!
soul!
The first forest.
Now then, laddie.
Here we are in the first forest, right beneath Yggdrasil's bowels. This is the closest I've ever been, but soon enough we'll be meeting her face to face. Come on, laddie. That altar's around here somewhere. Let's head on up the hill and keep our eyes peeled as we go.
Darling.
This forest is full of cute little critters, isn't it? Some of them are absolutely adorable. But don't think they'll be pushovers just because they're easy on the eye. You've been with me long enough to know that the prettiest creatures can be the most ferocious.
You know, I've been thinking.
Well, here we are, within touching distance of the World Tree at last. Our whole adventure so far has been leading up to this. There's a heart somewhere inside there that's the source of all life, right? I can't even imagine what something like that might look like. Guess we'll know it when we see it, huh?
Did you want to talk to me?
With so much greenery around, it's difficult to tell where the path ends and the undergrowth begins. We had better check our map once in a while to make sure we're still on track.
I've been thinking.
There really are a lot of strange plants around here, aren't there? It must be all the energy spilling out of Yggdrasil's branches that make them grow like this. The forest has been like this since long before we were born. I wonder if the scenery was the same when Erdwin and Serenica were here.
Maybe.
The river that I fell into on that fateful night, the one that took you from my arms. I think Yggdrasil might be its source. Perhaps that was her plan all along. She carried you to Cobblestone, knowing that you would be safer there than with me.
Don't say I didn't warn you!
Another day, another victory.
I was actually mashing the attack button, but alright. How to outdo the undead. Tran learns how to make zombie slayers.
Easy.
I know this is not the correct way. I'm actually looking at the map most of the time, but I'm trying to see if there's any treasures around. Sparkly spots are on my map, but not things like treasure chests.
Surrender your soul!
Thank goodness.
Another day, another victory.
Did I do all right?
What luck, Tran finds a bag of wisteria seeds. Let's take a look at what this monster drops in case I want to farm him for items. A skull ring and a perfect panacea. Alright, I'm not too worried about that stuff. And there's one more monster that may be a rare version of the Pine Needler. Did that dragon just spawn next to me? Ah.
Oh, this trudging up hills is playing havoc with my old bones.